You don't need a guru or spiritual initiation to learn Kriya or get into advanced practices of yoga meditation, because I will discuss in the video today the secrets how you can do this on your own without initiation, right? And doing it all on your own for free, right? So for those of you who like the contents of my videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. This will greatly help my channel to be able to reach out to more people, and I would really appreciate that. It will be a great favor you'll be doing to me, right? And to my channel. We'll be able to help more people, right? I believe the information that I give in some of my videos and many of my videos, I believe, is very unique perspectives and very helpful as well, right? So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Osman, hashtag the blind Muslim yogi. I am a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, especially when the doctors have failed. And that's where I can step in, and my success rate is over 90%. Right? And then, amongst a host of other illnesses, of course, physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments. And I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art form for almost 50 years and teaching it now for 46 years. And in that period, I've had the great opportunity to study under various amazing masters from different schools of thought, from different cultures across the globe, from the Far East, the East, the Middle East, the West, and including the scientific communities. And I've taken the best of all the worlds and created my own unique protocols, but I've made them much easier, shorter, quicker, faster, more time efficient, and results oriented. To that end, my favorite protocol is my 5 minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free from my website, yogawellness786.com, and where you can also get more information about my energy healing services and about myself. And also remember that all my healing protocols are natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. Um, so, coming back to how you can reach advanced levels of meditation, or even the Kriya practice, the secretive Kriya practice, where you can raise your energy up and down your spine, your prana energy. It's actually not the prana, it's the Kundalini energy. It is, people say that's not the Kundalini. Kundalini is something very high. They don't know what they're talking about, right? Because let me explain what is Kundalini. Kundalini is the energy of the cosmic universe. Who can hold the cosmic universe in the body? No one. So that prana energy, we learn to increase it in increments, higher and higher levels. That some people it automatically awakens on a very high level, right? That still the body can withstand, but it has negative effects, in your health and in your mind. And people diagnose them as, psychotic or with dementia or schizophrenic and so forth. And you're on medication for the rest of your life, and some of them getting institutionalized because they learning the wrong methods. And also, I mean, something is just happening involuntarily, and the people have lost the art form to prepare for the welcoming of this energy. So we are welcoming it in ways that you don't know. So the more we are becoming modernized and civilized and advanced, this is already welcoming the Kundalini, awakening the higher level to just awaken and be harmful to you because you're not prepared for it. How you are prepared, how you are doing it, is by intensive study, always thinking about different things and analyzing. And some people are even getting into spiritual practice but not needing for spiritual practice, studying very deeply, going to critical study of things, or going into art or poetry, or becoming a musician, or enjoying music. Some people start going into this blissful state when you go into a nightclub and you're listening to your favorite music and you're dancing and enjoying. You go into a flow state. So even athletes, they go into the flow. There's a second wind. This is already the Kundalini is awakened. It's reached the second chakra. When you reach on the second chakra, Manipurga, the sacral chakra, right? I can't get the name right. the name is not coming, the official Sanskrit name, but the sacral chakra, the sacrum, after the root chakra, Muladhara Swadhisthana, right? Swadhisthana. Muladhara is the base chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, right? So it means when you in the second wind, when you are doing jogging, right, and athletes, they get into second wind, right? You always practicing, and eventually you reach, especially long distance runners, then you reach the second wind. So that means your Kundalini is now gone to the sacral chakra, the Swadhisthana, because it's the fluid state. You're in a fluid. Or if you like suddenly you are writing and you can just write, and you're writing and you see now you in that state and you can write and write, and now you can, and the words are just coming, and you wrote, I mean, Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky. Suddenly you got the inspiration in one night, in 9 hours he just sat and finished it one shot. He just went into a flow state, right? So his Kundalini was awake, right? It went to the sacral chakra, right? And the Swadhisthana chakra, and that's how he went. That's the fluid state. This is the Kundalini, right? But it was controlled, and he's someone who works out often, and he's very disciplined. Some following discipline protocols, right? It's going to come. So you need to have this levels of discipline and know how. So yoga science is one of the ways, to be able to control these energies, and the way you can do it through the yoga science, to awaken and practice the Kriya, the Kriya of Paramahamsa Yogananda, where you need special initiation and they have rules. They call it I think in California, the SRF, Self-Realization Fellowship, and they have strict rules and regulations, and you have to sign some agreement that you're not going to do this and you're going to do that, and it's for your own benefit. I'm giving you all that, no rules, right? For you, right? So yes, there is danger element, but what you do, how to remove the danger is you follow the pranayama or breathwork protocol, right? So they use the annulum willum is a technical word, alternative nostril breathing with the retention, right? So you breathe in through the left nostril, clap your two nostrils together to hold your breath, and breathe out through the right nostril. Then breathe in through the right nostril, clap your nose, hold your breath, and then breathe out through the left nostril again. That is one round. So you need to do continuously without a break 21 rounds, right? And then you have to do it in a certain sequence. A ratio of 1:2:4. So if your in breath is, let's say, a count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the ratio is 1:4:2, right? So counting that as a factor unit, 1 unit, 4 is 1 unit. So holding your breath must be 4 such units, right? And breathing out must be 2 such units. So it'll be 4, 16, 8, 4, 16, 8. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 16, breathe out for a count of 8. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 16, breathe out for a count of 4, right? So right? So you're gonna breathe and then breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 16, breathe out for a count of 4, right? And then you're gonna do 21 rounds. But if you start suffocating, and then it's not 4 seconds, because in the time when yoga and all these protocols were created, there were no clocks, right? And there's no second hand, and how far is the second? They used to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Naturally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 10, 11. Like that, right? So it is like approximately, if you count 100, it's like 60 seconds approximately, right? Just counting naturally, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 16, 8, 4, 16, 8. So you need to go through 4 levels before you are ready to self-awaken your Kundalini. And this is a safer way, because what the pranayama is doing, this 4, 16, 8, is unblocking your chakras, unblocking your nadis, unblocking all that harm that can be caused through an involuntary Kundalini awakening. Right? So once you see you can do 21 rounds, first you do 3 rounds. Once you get tired, you stop, right? Then until you can easily do up to 21 rounds. 21 rounds is a substantive amount that this thing works, right? So if you find you can reach 21 rounds without taking a break in between, for a breath, then you've mastered level 1. right? So yes, if you're doing level 1 and you're still struggling, it's difficult, don't go to level 2 until it becomes easy peasy, right? So once it's easy peasy means that the difficulty is that the blockages in your chakra, you're unblocking it. And you'll see it's becoming easier and easier. You need patience, right? It's going to take some people a few days, some people a few weeks, some people a few months, right? Then you go to level 2 when it's easy peasy, right? Level 2 is multiply that entire formula by a factor of 2. So you did 4, 16, 8, 4, 16, 8. So level 2, multiply everything by 2. So it'll be 8, 32, 16, 8, 32, 16. Level 2. Until you can do 21 rounds and it's easy peasy. Once it's easy peasy means your chakras are now more unblocked. You're ready to go to level 3. Level 3 is multiply the original by a factor of 3. Original was 4, 8, 16, 4, 8, 16. So multiplied by 3 is 12, 48, 24, 12, 48, 24. Breathe in for 12, hold for 48, breathe out for 24, right? And you do that, in level 3, right? So once level 3, you're able to do 21 rounds easily without taking a break, and then it's easy peasy. It's like so easy. It means your chakras are now ready for level 4. The final level is level 4. There's only 4 levels, right? So 4 is you multiply everything by a factor of 4, right? So it'll be 16, 64, 32, 16, 64, 32, right? That's fine. And until when that becomes easy peasy, 21 rounds, it's now easy. Now you're ready to awaken your Kundalini. Means your chakras are safely unblocked. All the harm and damage is gone, and you can awaken it on your own without going and become obligated to some organization, signing any contract, and that you're not going to do this. You swear that you're going to follow the rules and everything. You're going to awaken it now, right? Just following the simple method. So on the 21st round, 116, 64, 32 is easy. On the 4th round, on the last breath. On the 21st round, you're going 16, 64, 32, then 16, 64. You're holding for 64, right? The last retention. You breathe in, and you must breathe in as deep as possible in every round, right? Your lung must be full, 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 right? In every round. Because you want to, as you're reaching higher levels, you need to oxygenate your lungs as full as. You're holding it full, and then you push hard to the base of your spine. Imagine there's like a ball of like a balloon in your chest, and you push hard like you're taking a 5 pound hammer, and bang, you're hitting the base of your spine. You're hitting the head of the kundalini, so to speak, right? It's a figurative thing, right? So you hit it, press hard for as long as you can, like for maybe 20 seconds, right? Or a count of 20, 30, or whatever, right? But at least for a count of 20, push, 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 right? Right? For a count of 20, and then leave it. So every day practice it, and then you'll feel like a energy awakening, like a trickle of energy. It'll be a trickle, but if you are vegan based or plant based diet, then that energy can explode more, right? And if you've been practicing, meditation and yoga for a long time prior to doing this, means that energy is much more ripe. So it'll come at a much higher power and can destabilize you, right? Then you get used to it, right? You get used to it, and then you can practice it. Then you just breathe in normally. You don't have to do alternative nostril breathing, right? But I would advise continue the alternative nostril breathing, because it will continue to unblock your chakra. But because what your aim should ultimately be, because you reach that not just to, the aim was not to awaken the kundalini. It's just that it's a side effect that at a certain level you can awaken it. But that's not the final level. But you don't go higher than 16, 64, 32. It's dangerous. Don't ever. Even me, I was able to do higher, but I said, no, it's dangerous, because your brain, you must not deprive your brain of oxygen, right? So at 16, 64, 32, you add a box method, a 4th level. So you breathe in for 16, you hold for 64, and breathe out for 32. After breathing out for 32, before breathing for 16, see how long you can hold it for before breathing in. So maybe you can hold for a count of 5 or count of 2. Then slowly increase it until you can reach the same level as the retention on top, right? 64, 64. Then, and it must be easy peasy, of course, right? Little bit difficulty, but you'll see it becoming easier and easier. Means there's still more unblocking, right, to do. When the unblocking is complete, you can do 16, 64, 32, 64. Breathe in for 16, hold for 64, breathe out for 32, and after breathing out, hold, don't breathe in, just stay like that without breathing for a count of 64, and then breathe in 16, hold for 64, breathe out for 32, and then count for 64 without breathing in comfortably. It means you have unblocked all your chakras so much easier. You removed most of the blockages along the Sushamna Nadi, the central Nadi through which the Kundalini needs to go through, the spiritual Nadi, the one that it climbs up, the spine. It will on its own. You don't have to awaken. The Kundalini on its own will start rising in a higher power method, on a higher level, and you have to grow that level higher and higher, further and further, where it continues to increase, and try to go, closer to like to reach infinity, right? So what's going to happen? Your energy body starts developing, advancing more and more with the pranayama practice. You're unblocking all 114 chakras in your body, right? Your 72,000 nadis you're unblocking, right? With this practice, and you're coming clearer, 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 and that helps. And this spiritual energy is permeating everywhere. You're energizing your energy body and you're spiritualizing your physical body, that it becomes more and more immune to physical ailments and slower in aging process and reversing illnesses. And eventually you can activate your soul body, the next level after the energy body. And then once you're activating your soul body, it's called the light body. Then your body starts transforming from energy body to light body, and then it starts to become spiritualized. And then it's the clue to getting the deathless body, because your cells transforming to the light body. You just must try to achieve it within this lifetime. So don't try to panic, because not many people are going to be able, very rare people, done it, and there are people who've done it in history, but very few and far between, right? So, but you can strive towards it, right? So, I'm striving to find a simplified protocol towards gaining the deathless body, because the protocols that were, there is a book called The Deathless Body, Art Peranjodi and the Deathless Body. Let me repeat again, name of the book, Art Peranjodi and the Deathless Body, available in Amazon. I think the author is Tulsi Ram or Tulsi Das, Tulsi Ram, I think, or Tulsi Das, right, in the 1980s. It's still available in Amazon, I believe, that you can purchase that book. And he gives a study of how to obtain the deathless body, but he himself never obtained it. But he made the study on someone by the name of Vallalar who attained it, and an exposition on that from theoretical and academic perspective, because he did it as his PhD thesis, right? So you can go towards that. That is the ultimate aim, to be able to get the deathless body, right? Or to strive towards that, right? So all these things you didn't need now to get initiated by me, initiated by under other guru. There's no danger element. I'm giving you the very safe way. And once your spirituality is awakened, right, if you can get into flow state, then you do any mantras. We don't need diksha for that mantra. You take any, go on Google, find the mantra, start repeating according to the rules of mantra, follow my rules of mantra, right? I've got it in my this thing. I'll try to put it under a playlist as soon as possible, and create a new video, for that particular playlist. It's just that I'm blind, and I've got no one to help me, and I don't know how to create the playlists and so forth. So it takes me a lot of time to learn these things, and even to create these videos took me 3 years before I learned how to create these videos, right? Because I'm blind for 3 years, and so that's the delay. So bear with me. I will make it my duty to learn to create these things, and so that you can be able to refer to it anytime, and get the power of any mantra, right? Because mantra is not, it's not gods and goddesses. It's a devi, a deva. It means effulgent being, not God, right? They are empowered. They have a certain energy. Even Sadhguru says that in the temples, these are power centers. Not there for worshipping. It's there to go sit within that power and imbibe that energy. You know, you sit in near that location and just relax and imbibe that energy and go. You don't have to, wave a light and thing. I mean, respect to those who are worshipping. You welcome. You can worship, right? But I will not worship, the devis and devas. They are devis. They are not God, right? They are just because they are higher frequency entities doesn't mean now I'm going to sit down and worship them, right? So similarly, I'm not going to go. I made it a point never to go and get initiated by any guru, right? And I refuse to follow under the subjugation of someone else, right? And created these protocols for the benefit of everyone, because this is now for the 21st century, I believe. And I hope this information helps you, and take care of yourself always.